everyone, it's me, Ashton Kamian. Let's do War Ukraine or conflicts. Hey guys, it's me, Ashton here. I hope you guys are having a great night, good morning, good afternoon, or where you guys are at. And I hope you guys have heard the great news in northern part of Ukraine, northeast side of the Ukraine. You guys may have heard about Ukrainians found the weakness of the Russians, and this will show how Russians messed up in the region. Maybe, or we'll call it how Russia messed up the war. And yeah. And I just want to let you guys know it was really intense. A lot of people were super happy their town got liberation. And I mean, take it back or take it over it. And yeah. And a lot of people were cheering for Ukrainian soldiers and foreign fighter to thank you very much for saving our life. And yeah. And any YouTubers watching this will show you how the strategy worked in warfares. And yeah. This is just somewhere in the northern part of east of Ukraine's. Ukraine's force have not breached through the Russians' offense. How? Russians been using artillery, tanks, and troopers with machine guns and weapons. And a lot of men in the battle decided to retreated and decided to reinforce troops and trying to think how to weaken the enemy advance. And yeah. And these guys pretend these guys are scouts or reconnaissance troops, are just making sure what the Russians are doing. And fun facts, Ukrainians have used drones, also satellites know where the enemies are at and what they're doing. And they gotta wait patiently, and right the battle of Kherson, the defense started. Ukrainian soldiers are just waiting patiently for winter wear strike. And yeah. And these guys were just chilling, just making sure no Ukrainian force will not attack. And to the radio guy have heard some of the reports saying, well, guys, we need to reinforce Kherson. And yeah, and they said, okay, troops, listen up. We're gonna go back to Kherson. And yeah, and probably some of these guys have heard reports of what the Russians are up to, and they probably got spies or resistance or anything. And I imagine these scouts retreated also safely, out getting spotted by the enemies. And also this guy too. And yeah, these forces, they're just chatting with the leaders and officers what is going on. And the tanks decide to row out. Some of the tanks decide to leave, and some of their troops decide to leave also, you guys. And yeah. And that's why how the Russians totally messed it up. Some of their men decide to leave. To mortars, some of them. And yeah. Sorry about that, guys. And yeah. And most of their men like to leave. And yeah. And I hope you guys are enjoying my video. And yeah. And right, the Russian officers just chilling. And they just reinforcing their troops. Pretend those tanks were left, and to those men. And also, the tanks respawn for the Ukrainian side. And yeah. And this is how the fence get weakening. If you put less troops, you're going to totally messed up the line. And yeah. Soldiers will just chat. Soldiers just gonna chill, maybe talk about their livelihood, why they got distracted in the warfare, or anything. And yeah. And suddenly, there was an explosion happen, and all these guys don't know what's just going on, and the tanks rowing in, shooting with their machine guns or artillery on their tanks, and all their men decide to charge up, and most of them got killed or got captured, or they're running away trying to back up, and some of them are confused, don't know what just happened, and yeah. And a lot of the Ukrainian forces and foreign fighters decide to head over here. Sorry about that, guys. And I hope you guys are enjoying my video. And yeah. And this is how many fighters went out there. Probably a few got killed and a few got injured. And mostly it was around September 10th. Little break few. And September 11th, it was a big thing. Ukrainians have pushed the Russians out to Russia. And some of them head to different region of Ukraine. And also some Russian forces were trying to retake ground, or also they're trying to slow down the Ukrainian advance. And unfortunately, that could not work. Most Russians got away in time. Some of them did not. Some of them got caught. And also, I want to tell you guys, kind of funny story. A Russian general was there. He was trying to run away, and a bullet shot his butt, and he hit the ground, and luckily Ukraine forces capture him. And don't worry, he's okay. He's still alive. Anyway. And pretend this flag, eventually maybe these guys give up. Put the flags down. And also put the flags up for Ukraine men. Celebrating the victory. And yeah. And this is how the warfare goes. Always think in your head, use it wisely. Because most of their men went to the south, and they realized, we made the biggest state. Ukrainians have gained ground, and they took it over. And yeah. And after that day, Russians decide to have a revenge, and they decide to shoot off their missiles, their long-range weapon. And what they did not hit the Ukrainian soldiers. They actually destroyed the power grids. And unfortunately, a lot of Ukrainian citizens in cities and towns, their power went out. And what the Russians trying to do, they're trying to make them freeze to death on the code, because it's almost fall or winter. And yeah, and that will be no good for the war Ukraine. And yeah, for the Ukrainians. And also, this might be the game changer for a war. And remember, guys, if you guys were a strategist, always think your head, play smart, don't think stupid. And yeah, if I was a strategist, if I was a Russian strategist, I would force some of my men stay, and that how reinforce troops, and also reinforce heavy weapons. And Ukrainians have got heavy weapons because the Russians left them, because they were panicking. And I understand some were mostly younger, because they were around 20s or in the teens, and now Russian President Putin is shocked and don't know what to do. Anyway. Alright guys, me Ashen, I hope you guys liked the video, and hit that like button, 2, hit that subscribe button, or 3, hit that bell button whenever I make an awesome video, and you guys more freely to comment me if you guys want to. Sorry, all this is kind of sloppy. I just show you guys how Ukrainians broke through the blockade, and yeah. Alright guys, me Ashen, I go on, and peace.